So she sued herself after accidentally causing her husband's death, but there was actually a really good reason behind it. Basically, in 2011, Barbara Bagley was driving with her husband in the passenger seat when she suddenly lost control of the car and it flipped. Although she was okay, tragically her husband ended up being flung out of the vehicle and soon passed away from his injuries. Now Barbara was obviously devastated, but to everyone's shock, she soon decided to sue herself. Barbara argued that since she was responsible for causing her husband's death, she was also responsible for causing her husband's wife to suffer. This is generally a pretty common lawsuit, but it just so happened that in this case, Barbara was both the person who had caused the man's death as well as the man's wife who was grieving. As her husband's beneficiary, Barbara was entitled to some insurance benefits. But since Barbara's insurance, State Farm, realized that Barbara was responsible for the crash, they figured that they could get away with not paying her since she couldn't really do anything about it. But they never could have expected that Barbara would actually sue herself to force them to still pay her. Although State Farm tried fighting Barbara in court and convinced the district court to rule that Barbara couldn't sue herself, the state Supreme Court eventually overturned this ruling and ruled that State Farm still had to pay up.